Okay, so let's then start our group discussion. So as you know, there's a three parts of this discussion. What we will do first will be introduction, 2 minutes to each one of you to give direction to the discussion and introduction to the discussion. Direction and introduction. Second is discussion among all of you, and third is conclusion part. ये तीन पार्ट रहेंगे और आपने बहुत से वीडियोस भी देखा होगा कैसे स्टार्ट करना है, कैसे बोलना है, हिंदी में अंग्रेजी में कुछ भी बोलो लेकिन बोलो, बोलोगे नहीं तो वैसे बाहर निकल जाओगे, एग्जिट हो जाएगा, आपको वो हटा देगा, डिस्क्वालीफाई भी कर सकता है। और हर मेरे को लगता है हर इंटरव्यूज के अंदर जहां पे भी ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है वो एक एलिमिनेटिंग होता है, चाहे वो मेंशन करें चाहे मेंशन ना करें, लेकिन एलिमिनेटिंग होता है। तो ट्राई कि आप एलिमिनेट ना हो। ग्रुप डिस्कशन के ये एक एडवांटेज है दैट यू शुड नॉट गेट एलिमिनेटेड। अगर एलिमिनेट नहीं हो रहे हैं तो यू हैव अ चांस। सेकंड इज यू आर टू कीप ऑन पार्टिसिपेटिंग। इंट्रोडक्शन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं तो बॉडी में बोलो, कंक्लूजन बड़े ध्यान से करो। एक पैटर्न है, देयर इज वन स्ट्रक्चर, इफ यू फॉलो दैट स्ट्रक्चर then it is very easy for you, right? Anything you want to ask before I give you topic and we start? Anything you want to ask? Should we start now? Okay, so this is the topic. Please write the topic. Topic is
hello,
performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and road ahead. Performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and road ahead. Performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and road ahead. I give you 30 seconds to think. Topic is very important. You should stick to the topic, not deviation. Performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and road ahead. So all of you please keep yourself mute. I will come one by one to each one of you and then you have to speak. Performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and road ahead. So I will come to each one of you one by one and then you have to introduce. Okay, I think Harish, we can start from Harish.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, friends. My name is Harish, and I am glad to initiate the discussion on today's topic, that is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and the road ahead. So, first of all, I'm very happy that we have increased our medal tally from Rio Olympics to Tokyo 2020. So, because our hockey team have created history after 41 years, and we have won gold in after few years. So it could be a very encouragement and motivation for upcoming games and upcoming athletes. So secondly, we should not be stopped and satisfied up to this, because we have to increase our medal tally for upcoming games, and we have to train our future athletes for to increase our medal tally. So I believe you guys have a good points for discussion. So I'm opening the house for discussion.
Okay, Vishwajit.
yes sir.
Go ahead.
So I am Bishwajit. So I start my group discussion. Today topic is Indian Olympic Hall and road ahead. So now I discuss India signed of the Tokyo Games for seven medal on athletic to weightlifting and on hockey and on also boxing. And also the Indian men's hockey teams broke the 40 on Jing by winning a bronze 41 years after. After this time, the Tokyo Olympic Games, India get 7 medals, and Rio Olympic also 2, but this time, and London Olympic also 6 medal, but this time very improved in India on Olympic Games. And also India, सर सर हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं?
हाँ,
Can
go
I
ahead,
switch?
go ahead, go ahead.
इंडिया बहुत अच्छा किया इस बार ओलंपिक में, क्योंकि और भी कर सकता था, लेकिन हम लोगों का थोड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड लैकिंग परफॉर्मेंस, इस सब के कारण हम लोगों का उतना ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं होता है। एंड एंड पुअर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, पॉवर्टीज, एंड सो ये सब दिख हम लोग को ख्याल करना चाहिए। एंड खेलो इंडिया, जो इंडिया में जो न्यू एक गवर्नमेंट जो एक
Okay, Vishwadit, I think then I can go to next. Vikram?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Vikram Singh. I'm glad to initiate the topic of discussion. Let me introduce the topic. The topic is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and the road ahead. So, India performed in Tokyo Olympics better than the last time, as the lot of investment was done on the athletes, as we were expecting more medals, but unfortunately some unluckiest moments happened, like um, in shooting, the gun malfunctioned, and also some of the athletes, some सर थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल लो।
Okay, start.
some of the athletes, कुछ एथलीट्स चूक गए मेडल जीतने के लिए। उनके लिए बहुत ही हार्डेस्ट मोमेंट रहा, क्योंकि उन लोगों ने इतना साल मेहनत किए, फिर भी वो कुछ मोमेंट से चूक गए मेडल जीतने के लिए। तो अभी हम लोग क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट कर सकते हैं फ्यूचर के लिए, हम लोग इस डिस्कशन में डिस्कस करेंगे। सो आई ओपन द हाउस फॉर डिस्कशन।
Okay, Divyansh?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I am Divyansh, and I would like to take this opportunity to open up to start the discussion. The topic for today's discussion is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and the road ahead. We performed very well in Tokyo Olympics 2021 as compared to the Rio Olympics, where we bagged around 2 medals, and this time we have bagged 7 medals, including 1 gold. And in some of the sports like shot put or shooting, as my friend just said, we missed by just a margin. So definitely there is chance for improvement, and we can definitely increase our medal tally in the future. I believe that it is not just the economic or the social, but every aspect of it includes, it contributes to the performance of the players. It is not just the government, it is also the people who should encourage it, and the society as a whole that would encourage the people. Definitely, it was a very good performance by our side, by India, but we can definitely improve it by discussing the various economic and the social mindset changes that we can make in our society. That I would like to invite all of you to open up the discussion, and we'll discuss over there.
Okay, Manan?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manan, and I would like to take this opportunity to introduce today's discussion topic to everyone. So the topic is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics, and the road ahead. So first of all, there are two aspects to this group discussion. First of all, the current performance, the increase in the performance of India as compared to the last Olympics, and the steps that were taken already to that lead to this performance, and now what we can more do to increase our full potential. Because when compared to other countries like China and other countries, we are still lagging behind, because in Tokyo Olympics there were 121 athletes which participated and only 7 of them got the medals, only 1 gold. Yes, definitely there are some good outcomes from this Tokyo Olympics, that some new sports we got the medal, like in javelin, and one of the athletes in discus throw, which did not made any medals, but certainly she was 6th in the tally, and one golfer was there which finished 4th. So there are definitely some good outcomes from this Olympics, and definitely India has done in the recent past to get to this performance, but we need to do more so that we can reach to our full potential. Now I would like to invite the house to for the discussion.
Okay, Advait.
Yes, I would like to introduce the topic, that the performance of India in the Tokyo Olympics 2020 and the roads ahead. First of all, first ever in the 44 years, India has made to top 50. That is the 44th rank in the world, and it has first time I think in the history that it has won a gold medal in athletics, in the field of athletics, which is a very great achievement, because as we see the athletics rarely India is the rarely the athletics are supported in India, like javelin throw, short put, and that pole jump and everything. And one more thing which I like to bring to the notice of the people is like that, from the Rio Olympics, which won 2 medals, to the Tokyo Olympic, which has won 7 medals, in spite of the COVID and all the things. We have performed a very good, because of some of the government initiatives which are taken by the government of India, like Khelo India, and there are funds allocated to the players so that they can get more intensive and they can be attracted, like they can be made sure that their career is not in a very danger position if they dedicate their whole life into sports. So such factors have been motivating people, and they have come to this field of sport. And as we know, more if the more people will come to the sports, more people from all the fields will come to the sport, then quality of getting the best out of best, that is fittest of the fittest player, will increase more. And like China and US, we will also produce the world class player and win more Olympics. So I would like to open up the discussion for my friends. Thank you.
Okay. Then Bimal.
Good evening, friends. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Good evening, friends. My name is Bimal Chandra Sahu, and I am glad to start the discussion. Friends, the given topic is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and go ahead. And we can divide the today's discussion into aspect. One is the present performance of India in Tokyo Olympics, and then how to improve our performance in future. And in Tokyo Olympic, we won the 7 medals, including 1 gold. And actually, we performed well in Tokyo Olympics, but we expected more as compared to the other countries. And so that we to improve the number of medals, so that we can encourage our athletes, and we take many initiatives so that we improve the number of medals, and so that India will become a greatest sporting nation in future. So now I invite all of you to participate in the discussion.
Okay, Pallavi, go ahead.
Hi everyone, this is Pallavi, and I would like to take the opportunity to introduce a topic for our group discussion, that is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and the road ahead. We all know that the Tokyo 2020 Olympics has been conducted in July month for 17 days. And this time India has tripled its performance from 2016 Rio Olympics. It is greater than the triple, that is 7 medals. In Rio 2020, it has won 2 medals it has won. And there are also most of the historic moments. One of the things is winning the bronze medal in hockey after 41 years. And there is a gold medal in athletics also, that is in javelin throw. And like this, there are so many historic moments. And most of the players also had just missed by only one place in this Tokyo Olympics. And in this discussion, we can discuss what are the barriers until now that exist in developing the sports culture in our country, and how we can sustain this growth in upcoming the Olympics and all. And now I will invite all of you to this group discussion. Hope it is going to be fruitful.
Okay. Harsh?
Good morning, friends. My name is Harsha. So I got the opportunity to introduce the topic. The topic for today is performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and the road ahead. In my opinion, the topic is of current relevance because we have just Olympics happened, and afterwards now we are having Paralympics also. So I believe that this topic like we can divide into three parts, which is how India had performed in previously, and how India is performing at present, and what are the challenges India is facing, and what are the problems which athletes are facing, and what can be done to overcome these challenges in the future. So these are the three parts which we can divide. So the performance of India in this Olympics is very good as compared to the previous years, as many of the players have won medals. Also, who haven't won, they have missed by margin. So the government spending also increased from 2012 to 2021, and it also increases according to the budget. But we have to see what are the challenges. Now I invite everyone to participate in the discussion, and let's have a good discussion. Thank you.
So I think everybody has introduced the topic in the group. And now we come to the second part where you people are to discuss among yourself. This will be there for 10 minutes and then we conclude 1 minute each. So now I open the house for discussion among all of you, and I expect that you will maintain the decorum and discuss accordingly. So please go ahead now.
So first of all, I would like to start with I think all of us will agree that this Tokyo Olympics performance was very good, and very good compared to the previous performance. There were many historic moments as mentioned by some of the speakers. And also I think further I should divide the discussion in two aspects, like what are the challenges which we need to look at that so that we can increase our potential, and how will we what are the steps we'll take to overcome those challenges. So I think first of the many of the few challenges are that the societal mindset of parents is not such that they are willing to send their kids to the sports, and then therefore they always push them for studies. So this kind of society has to change its mindset. We cannot say that the government is not doing enough to spend in terms of spending and all. So I think government is doing their bit, but I think we as a society should also do our bit in producing good world-class athletes that can compete with other countries like China, Australia, and America.
Here I would like to add that it is
Manan.
not just a society, not just the parents. Even if we talk from the school level, then if you all remember in school, if the maths teacher had to take an extra class, it used to be the games period, right? Because they used to give it the least preference, least importance. That games is just kind of considered as a break. And if we talk about the government, yes, the government is doing their part. They are improving it day by day. But I believe most of the things that somewhere the government is doing is just for its popularity among the population or for the vote bank. So that is also something that we should lay emphasis on.
Yeah, I agree with you because
Yes.
several state governments are not utilizing its funds in sports, especially. Like for example, if we take the case of Odisha is a state where it's not so much developed, but still they got India. They sponsored hockey team for so many. Like no one has sponsored after 2018, and they have sponsored, and they set an example of how the state government's role is also is also present in developing the India at Olympics. So each and every state government also have to take several steps to build several stadiums and enforce some laws such that there will be a better college sporting facilities and all. So
After the effect of the government takes all the steps. We need to say that the social things, that is why we are sending our children to the maths tuition instead of sports tuition. The reason is very simple. Their future is more secured in India in maths rather than in sports. So instead, if the people of India will, if the people of India will start, like people of India will start accepting sports and more people will encourage sports, then different career opportunities will come in sports, like more number of coaches, more number of institutions, and more number of like players, in which the chances of good quality players will also emerge from India, and the occupation will be also secured for the veteran player or the previous player who has secured or performed gold or did not won any gold or medal but performed fifth or sixth in the position, because as we know that only gold people are given like lands and jobs, and the bronze the person who secured medal. But what about the person who stood at 10th place, 6th place? We hear news like their entire career is entire life is being spent in poverty, great poverty, because they are not about earning or something, because they don't know anything more than boxing or anything more than playing games. So
So I would like to agree with Ved that
Yes, I agree
some
with
of
you.
I agree
Because
with you, but
some of the
not only
government
some of the
should take
athletes which do
initiative
not perform
incentives
well in
to
the Olympics, they should be
secure
also
the
given the some facilities. Like in this example, there was Kamalpreet Kaur who she comes the 6th in the discus throw. Now there is no name of her in the media. So so the government should do something to facilitate, and they should give some monetary benefits to these kind of athletes as well, so
Of
that
course,
they also
instead
of
of
feel.
course, Manan
government
is
policy.
yes, I agree with you.
आप सही बोले हैं।
Yeah,
जैसे कि हम लोग जानते हैं कि नीरज चोपड़ा जो फर्स्ट मेडल जीता है, उसके बाद उसको उसके साथ जो और भी जो एथलेटिक्स है, जैसे कि बिजलिंग में है, उसके बॉक्सिंग पे है। हम लोग टोक्यो में इस बार जो टोक्यो में जो हुआ है, उस पे बैडमिंटन पे जो पीवी सिंधु जीती है, तो उसके बारे में और भी हम लोग जो जीती नहीं है उन लोगों को भी हम लोग पैसा दे सकते हैं। जैसे कि नीरज चोपड़ा को सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट से इतना करोड़ रुपया बीसीसीआई दिया, सीएस के दिया, सब लोग जो पैसा दिया, वो पैसा थोड़ा थोड़ा करके सबको देना चाहिए कि सब लोगों को कंट्रीब्यूट हो सके।
Yes, I agree with you. Yes, I agree
अगर
with
हम
you.
so
But the
that
thing is that we have
one
to
factor
encourage
is
और दूसरा
upcoming
बात है कि
athletes
दूसरा बात है कि
also.
गवर्नमेंट का जो
Nobody
हम लोगों
compels
का जो
the sports person to the
हम
leave
लोग
sports
गवर्नमेंट में
and
जो
the
करप्शन
take
होता
up
है,
the other
गवर्नमेंट जो
livelihood.
If we want to
So
increase the medal tally in future Olympics, we should also focus on some games like aquatics, cycling, where we don't have even single athlete to participate in Olympics. So
Yes,
if we
yes, definitely. Because
if we want
in
to
swimming,
If
you
we want
can
the
win
success, we
35
have to
gold
increase the
medals.
sample space.
So we have to
bring
win
in the
in
more
swimming
people.
also.
we have to do the some national sports federation so that
एक्चुअली और एक बात है कि हम लोग का
it-
इंडिया
it-
पे सिर्फ बीसीसीआई क्रिकेट के ऊपर ही प्रेशर देता है, और गवर्नमेंट भी वो दूसरे जगह पे भी दे सकता है। जैसे कि फुटबॉल हुआ, और आपका हुआ हॉकी पे। जो हॉकी में हम लोग का सबसे पहले जो गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट आया था, सबसे पहले बहुत साल पहले, कि हम लोग 5 गो जो गोल्ड मेडल आया था, तो उससे भी हम लोग आ गए ब्रॉन्ज पे। ऐसे देख सकते कि हम लोग एक तरह से बहुत खराब परफॉर्मेंस किए।
No,
As well as
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
Sajid, I
I'm
would
sorry
like
to
to
But the
interrupt,
special
but
thing
I
is
believe
that
that
we have
bagging the
not
gold
our
medal and
athletes in
bagging the
the
bronze
swimming
medal, they are
also,
both
because in
are
swimming
big
you can
achievements.
get 35 medals also in swimming. We have
Cycling
not a
20.
single
Yes, yes,
athlete.
yes.
So we can't achieve at that level. You can win gold in 35 gold in a swimming. So we don't have a single player in swimming.
Yes,
So we are
so I
not.
would like to give one more suggestion that, like since other football and tennis and hockey, these were not the games which we used to look up to. So what happened in those sports? Like they organized the national level leagues, like Indian Super Leagues, like hockey league, like Kabaddi, Pro
Yes,
Kabaddi League.
yes,
So we can
yes,
organize
yes,
such
yes, I totally
national
agree with
level
you.
athletic
this is
leagues
Yeah,
to promote these games, so that
yes।
new talent can come. And it's not
yeah.
just we can spend the money only
और एक
after they
चीज हम
win the
लोग को
medal.
देखना पड़ेगा
I
कि
want
इंडिया
okay,
में
okay.
जो
There is
I
one
want to
thing
add
that
some
only
points
cricket is
that
supported.
we have to encourage the women so that the women are on some more medals, and we should increase the coaching facility of the sports like other sports like swimming, cycle, biking, so that we can own more medals.
Table tennis.
In this.
Yes, Bimal, women should be
Yeah.
encouraged to be sports also, because if we see recently also, Indian hockey women team has just missed by 1 place for winning the bronze
Yeah,
medal.
yeah.
And one
Yes,
more
I
thing is that that sports, the people will only talk when they win the medals. After winning the medals, their whole preparation journey is only alone. No one is going to go and see them what they're
Yes,
doing,
yes.
what they're practicing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all.
You are right.
But the
Talking
problem is
about
Yes,
the
I
women
agree with
कर्मकार
you
जो
because in
2010
last
पे
year
जो
the women's hockey team
I would
was
like to
not
take the
able to
example of
qualify
the
for
Hockey is
the
also being the
दीपा
national
कर्मकर हुआ,
sport also,
सायना
hockey is
नेहवाल
given very
and
less
रीना
importance.
जो हुआ वो
women hockey team, the way
2010
the
पे जो
Odisha government supported the hockey team in such a way, I believe all the governments, and not the government, the people should also support with pure intention, not any monetary intentions, but with pure intention. It's a
Yes,
long-term
I agree
process, I
with you.
believe.
Yeah, yeah,
already have-
Like
yeah.
Harish said that we have very less medal or no medal in swimming. But I want to ask one question: how many private schools have swimming pools in them in a city?
Yeah,
Very less.
even in
So
Yes,
problem
I
with
agree with
infrastructure
you.
also.
भाई
Yes, I agree with you.
इसीलिए हम लोग को
Obviously,
इंस्टीट्यूट पे भी
we have a
मतलब खेल
physical
को
education
खेल के ऊपर
subject
बहुत
in
जोर देना
our
पड़ेगा
class.
कि
We
जैसे
don't
कि
take
सब
it
लोग अच्छा से
seriously
खेले
because that we take it a
So
free
that we
lecture
should,
because in a physical
should
education
means,
subject we
जैसे कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया
we
हुआ
don't have
अमेरिका
a
हुआ हर
importance
एक
of
जगह
that
पे
means,
जो
sporting in like school and college, so that we can get more athletes in school and college.
yes
yeah, see, I would like to say that
There
in
is no
Commonwealth
problem
Games,
of infrastructure.
हाँ
Like we
Yeah.
have an example of
Yeah, we have-
Brazil.
In
हर
India,
साल हर साल
there is a
suffer
lack
for
of
food
infrastructure
and
and the
lot of
lack of
countries in
investment also.
Africa.
लास्ट टाइम कॉमनवेल्थ गेम का दीपा कर्मकर साइना नेहवाल हुआ, उसके बाद श्रीनाथ हुआ, ये लोग इतना अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया था जो सिल्वर ब्रॉन्ज लेके आया था। वो लोग इस बार टोक्यो ओलंपिक पे हिस्सा ही नहीं ले पाया क्योंकि उन लोगों का उतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं था, उतना मॉडर्न इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं था। हम लोगों का गवर्नमेंट का भी थोड़ा गलती है।
Yes, this
ये
I
सब
believe
देख के
yes,
हम
we
लोगों को
believe
बहुत
that
फॉलो
we
करना
have
पड़ेगा।
the government
और
is
दूसरा
must
बात
believe
अद्वैत जो
in
बात
the
अद्वैत
public
जो बात
educations
बोला है,
So we are
also.
happy with
अद्वैत
We
जो बात
don't
बोला है वो
definitely
सही
are,
बात
but
था कि
we do not
इंस्टीट्यूट
strive
पे
for
हम
the
लोग को
future.
बहुत जोर देना
We
पड़ेगा
just
क्योंकि
settle in what we get.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया हुआ
Gold, Neeraj Chopra bagged the gold medal in javelin throw, and there was a celebration for 1 month. He himself said that he had another championship, a diamond championship somewhere in the world, and he could not attend it
Yes.
because his health deteriorated. So
Yeah.
और
that is
एक
the
बात
importance
और
that
एक
Yes,
we
I
have to
बात
agree
do.
with
और एक
you
बात सबसे
because we
बड़ा
don't
इम्पोर्टेंट
highlight
बात है कि
those
हम लोगों
guys
का
who
totally
are
agree.
very close to
I
gold
think
medal also. We don't highlight those guys which are very close to
yes
in finals like Kamalpreet.
yes
She
yes
missed
yes
by margin and she
yes
because
दीपा
like
And in
कर्मकर
golf
yeah.
15
also,
athletes
we
in the
missed by 1 place only. In golf also, one of the player, she's world 200 ranker player, but she got in 4th place. Coming from 200 to 4th place is not that much easy. But still, we have that wonderful players in our country, but we don't have the infrastructure and supporting for
yeah,
them and
I
all.
don't think we
There,
we
there
have the
is no
infrastructure
need of
because
infrastructure. We
I
need to
also want
develop a
to add
culture
some point like
by encouraging
I
sports
think
in schools and
the
colleges
sports
and
the success in sports is a combination of hardware and skills and fitness. We should means maintain our fitness so that means like in India, India diets is focused in means mainly focus on the carbs, not the protein, so that we should maintain our fitness so that we can.
see
Rightly
the
said,
major
Bimal.
problem
I
और
is
एक
agree
बात
with
the
हम
you,
major
लोगों को
but
problem.
देखना
the thing
पड़ेगा
is
Yeah, I would
that
like
we
to
have
और
to
एक बात
also
हम लोग को
participate
देखना
in
पड़ेगा
things.
मीडिया को लिए
Government can't
क्योंकि मीडिया
pick
ऐसा
our
काम
hand
करता
to
है
we
कि
do
जो
that.
नीरज चोपड़ा जो गोल्ड मेडल हुआ था उसके बाद मीडिया डायरेक्ट चला गया कि उसका लाइफ स्टाइल पे, जैसे कि उसका गर्लफ्रेंड उसका फैमिली पे चला गया। तो ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए था, मीडिया को करना चाहिए था ऐसे कि उसको इम्प्रूव और भी इम्प्रूव करने के लिए उसको
Yes.
सहायता
Yeah,
करे।
yeah. Media
ऐसा
should,
नहीं कि
So
करके
that he
मीडिया
can
दे दिया
win
उसका
in further future.
हाँ
Okay, so let's
उसका
now
दूसरा
conclude. Let's
डायमेंशन
conclude
दे
now.
दिया उसको, दूसरा
Harish, from your
डायरेक्शन दे
side,
दिया है कि तुम लोग ऐसे
Harish,
करो।
please conclude now.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to conclude the discussion. I think today's discussion is healthy, so we reached up to some points. Firstly, we don't we can say that infrastructure is not enough things for that. We need a social responsibility for that, because our parents and our society don't allow these things to happen, because they are their guys to take a job, and we are not negating towards sports. And other thing is that it's our responsibility to take participate as we grow up. So it's our responsibility to look in TVs also, at least to motivate from them to participate in games also, and in college level also. Since in college levels we just study a whole subjects, and also we are seeking for a job. So we also side by side we also need to participate in games. So we can say that the guys who are in Olympics, they are also from schools and college. In USA, the 13 Paralympic guys are from college guys. So that's all from myself.
Okay, so Vishwajit.
एक्चुअली हम लोगों को भी ये सब देखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे हम लोग इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि एक तो हुआ हरीश जैसे बोला है कि इंस्टीट्यूट पे जैसे फॉलो करने, वैसे ही हम लोग को उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा फोकस करना पड़ेगा। ऐसे उसके ऊपर है गवर्नमेंट को जो करप्शन होता है, जैसे कि 2010 पे जो गेम हुआ था उसके उधर भी बहुत पैसा ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे ऊपर भी देखना पड़ेगा। जैसे भी इस जो गवर्नमेंट है खेलो इंडिया के ऊपर ज़्यादा फोकस किया है, इसके लिए इस बार बहुत इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है। हम और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी बहुत अच्छा बनाना पड़ेगा। और दूसरा बात है कि हम लोग को गवर्नमेंट को ये मीडिया को भी हम लोग को सही से दिखाना पड़ेगा। हर एक सबको एक अच्छा व्यू दिखाना पड़ेगा कि इसके बाद तुमको खेलना ही है। जैसे कि जो लोग अच्छा
Vishwajit, conclude now. It is only 1 minute. Right?
ओके सर। सो वैसे ही हम लोगों को करना पड़ेगा कि कैसे अच्छा हो और भी।
Okay, Vikram.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to conclude. I think this was a healthy discussion. So we have concluded some points like there's no need of infrastructure or investment or incentives. Like some of the examples in the world, like Singapore gives lot of incentive to their athletes who won the medal, but recently they have won no medal. And also for infrastructure, there is an example of Brazil and some of the countries from Africa, who there is shortage of infrastructure in these countries, but still want more medals from than India. What is the problem? The main problem is the culture. There is a need to develop a culture of sports in India. This can be done by both parents and government.
Okay, I think Divyansh can conclude now.
So to conclude, I would like to say that yes, the government is working on the infrastructure and the developments, keeping sports in mind. Yes, we are not at our best, but we can definitely improve, and I hope that it will improve. It will improve in future. And coming to the society, I would say that by using the social media mainly, the mainstream media, we know how it is nowadays, right? So the social media, I would say that we can spread awareness over there, and we are a population of 140 crore people. So I believe that to end this on an optimistic side, that we can definitely bag 50 goals in near future if we pay with the correct way. Thank you.
Okay, now Manan.
Okay, so I would like to conclude that we had a very fruitful discussion, and some of the points that we came to the conclusion. First of all, that we all came to agreement that this performance was very good, and there were so many reports were made. And secondly, there are some issues as well, like as a society, we need to first see that we need to push our students, so our children as to take up sports. And then there are some the challenges with the government as well, that they do all these things for PR purposes. So they should also try to invest money in the in the like leagues, athletics leagues, so that new talent can come up. And also on the example of Odisha government is there. And then we also came to conclusion that there are some new sports like aquatic sports we need to look to where we can invest, and we can come up with new talent. And I'm definitely sure that if we follow these kind of steps, take these steps, then definitely, as others said, that we can definitely compete with other countries and bring much more gold medals and other medals. Thank you.
Yeah, Advait.
We had a very fruitful discussion. Almost we cover all the aspects like social aspects, economic aspects, and our future aspects in this discussion. I would like to conclude with that our sports culture should be first highlighted not, it should be like from the background, not from the TV, from the background, from the playground level, from the school level, from the kindergarten level. It should be encouraged first of all among the children, and awareness should be among the parents, because they should be sure that their children will not get spoiled or will not die in hunger if they dedicate their life to sports. For example, Abhinav Bindra also, like after winning in sports, after winning a gold medal, he started his own company, and it is like earning crores now. And uh, Mary Kom, who is also an athlete, that is boxing, is also not dying of hunger. But there were some examples which afraided the people, which frightened the people. Like if they go into the sports, what's the future? And one more legitimate thing is that the vacancies or the success chances in sports are very less. So I would like to say that if the success chances are very less, then the number of people going into that sports direction is also very less. So mainstream people should should also like, it can only be like if only a good person or a good quality sports person can be taken out from India if it is like a hybrid culture. Like if we are going to school and colleges, and college people are good at sports because he has been taught in or trained in sports since the school days or since the very childhood days, and where he will get a national level, state level competition, national level competition. In that way, we will also focus on academic of the people and also focus on the sports of the people. So this activity should increase, like it is there, but it should be laid more emphasis on. And second example, I would like to say that Neeraj Chopra, who won the gold medal, was already serving in a government department, no, like Punjab Police or something. So it is not
To conclude now.
Yes, yes, sir. So I would like that we had a very good discussion, a healthy discussion. Thank you.
Okay, Vimal.
Okay, friends, I take the opportunity to conclude the discussion. Friends, we had a good discussion, and we could reach the consensus, and some of our friends told that the various challenges faced by our sports person, and the lack of investment, lack of infrastructure, and lack of incentives. And some of our friends told their views like means the solution means how to improve the number of medals and the sports culture, means the India needs a lot of role models for promotion of the sports culture, and the government should take various programs to improve the sports culture, and the policy made by the government to encourage the sports person must reach the the target beneficiary. That's all.
Okay, so Pallavi.
So the discussion went very well, and most of us have introduced so many good points in our discussion. Really, India really has a potential to win the Olympic championship, that is in #1 place. But the only barrier, most of the thing is the society is the main reason. They will only back ourselves, like only they just went and win the medal. What after that? Who are taking the responsibility for further their training, or further their training? They're only spending their own money for them, but the government is giving incentives through Khelo India, like that schemes, but it's reaching to very less people, I think. The hope India can reach definitely one of the day to the top place in Olympics. It's not that much easy, but definitely it will reach one day. It's a long way. Thank you.
Okay, Harsha.
Okay, friends, I take the opportunity to conclude the discussion. We have discussed several points, and we could come to a general consensus that we have many institutions, like we have many facilities also, but still, as Advait told, it should come from the people and from the parents to encourage their children and to participate in the sports. And as remaining all of our friends told, the government incentives are also should also be increased, and the people's participation, everything has to be increased. And these are some of the points which we discussed, but there are also some other points which we could have discussed, like what should we do with the existing stadiums which are built for the Commonwealth Games, like they are laying idle for so many days. So there are some points which we could have discussed, although it's a very good discussion we had. So I would like to conclude the discussion. Thank you.
Okay, so I think everybody has concluded now. Let me give you the overall feedback of your this performance. See, majority of you did not conclude well, because majority of you used conclusion as your own statements only. You have not concluded on behalf of the group. So structure was missing in your discussion today. You people were not following the structure, that introduction में क्या बोलना है, body में क्या बोलना है और conclusion में क्या बोलना है, वो आपने फॉलो नहीं किया. कंक्लूजन आपका अपना नहीं होता और इंट्रोडक्शन में आपने डिटेल्स नहीं बोलनी होती और बॉडी में आपको डिटेल्स देनी होती हैं. So if I give you example of Harish and then Vishwajit also, and then how you started talking. So Harish ने direction नहीं दिया. He started giving the information in the beginning. And similarly Vishwajit ने भी बोलना स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन उसको डायरेक्शन नहीं दिया डिस्कशन को, वो इंफॉर्मेशन देना स्टार्ट कर दिया. जो इन्फॉर्मेशन आपके पास था वो आपने देना स्टार्ट कर दिया. इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं देना होता है इंट्रोडक्शन में डायरेक्शन देना होता है ओवरऑल कि हम कैसा डिस्कस करेंगे, इन व्हाट डायरेक्शन वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक. दैट इज व्हाट इंट्रोडक्शन इज. एंड इफ यू वांट टू स्पीक इन हिंदी, देन फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग यू शुड स्पीक इन हिंदी. एंड इफ यू वांट टू स्विच ओवर टू हिंदी, डू नॉट आस्क द ऑब्जर्वर, बिकॉज ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू टेल यू एनीथिंग. ऑब्जर्वर से कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछना होता, कोई क्लैरिफिकेशन नहीं करना होता, ना उसकी तरफ देखना होता है, ना उसको एड्रेस करना होता है. ही इज लाइक only this camera. You are to, he's only observing you, he's not interacting with you. So don't ask him anything, don't address him, don't look towards him. और आप उसको बस जो आपने हिंदी टू इंग्लिश शिफ्ट करना है तो कर दो, कोई ट्रबल नहीं है, without asking. Or from the very beginning you can speak in Hindi, that is not an issue. So yes, direction was missing. Vikram also shifted over to Hindi, so you can shift over, need not to ask. Divyansh also, there was no direction. Divyansh, you started very well, you talked very well, but direction was not given. Similarly, Manan also could not give direction, and even Advait started with the achievements directly. Only Bimal and Harsha gave the direction. Bimal said, let's divide this entire topic into two main heads. One is, what is the achievement in Tokyo Olympics? You see, read the topic. Performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and road ahead. So उसने खुद ही divide कर दिया पूरा topic. Performance of India in Tokyo Olympics. So friends, let's discuss this entire topic in two broad categories. What was the performance of India in Tokyo Olympics and how was it different from previous Olympics, say Rio or previous Olympics? And road ahead, I mean, how we can do better and what are the challenges. So that should be the second head in which we should discuss it. So I'm very sure you people have important points to contribute. So I open the house for the discussion. This is how it should be. Now, suppose you get more time in introduction. Why I say introduction is only for 2 minutes? Because people will not let you speak. So before they cut you, you should complete whatever you want to, direction you want to give. So suppose you get more time, you can elaborate on this. You can say that, okay, friends, let's discuss this entire topic in two headings. One, India's performance in Tokyo Olympics, and the second, how we can improve it further. So what decisions should be taken? What should be the strategies followed so that our performance improves further? So friend, as far as the performance is concerned, we will have great detailed discussion over it, but I just want to sum up here that this time our performance was very good compared to previous Tokyo, previous Olympics in Rio. So last time we won 2 medals, this time we won 7 medals. And a road ahead means, yes, a lot of things are to be done, because still if we compare ourselves with the countries of our size, like China and America, we are nowhere. Think of China and the medal tally 88 and think of India 7. So 7 and 88, huge difference, you know, and America more than 100 medals. So India needs to go a long way. So that is what you could have spoken in introduction. Bim and Harsha also gave the categories. Harsha said performance, challenges, and how to. So he categorized into 3 categories. So you need to give some kind of classification that is required. Again, Pallavi also started giving the direct achievements. So you people in discussion, you were not clear about what is to be spoken in introduction, what is to be said in body part, and how conclusion is different from the other 2 parts. So you people were not very clear about these classifications. That is what I should say. Now, let me give you the basically overall introduction I told you. And then what we have to say is Tokyo Olympics, our achievements, yes, most of you have spoken that. Okay, the first time we got gold in athletics. After 40 years, we got in hockey, bronze. There was some histories were created. You know, we got 7 medals. Last time it was, so our performance was far better compared to last year in the Tokyo. That is what you should say. And also we missed a couple of medals from very less margin. We could have got even more. So you should name that also. And the second point is now road ahead. Next Olympics May, we should target suddenly double-digit number of the medals. We should target. We should enter into double digits. That is what we deserve. Now, where the change is to be made, where we should make change. You can give the examples of Khelo India and Odisha, Chief Minister of Odisha, who basically mentored this entire, supported this Indian hockey team and all. So yes, government has a role to play. So now there are 3 players here. One is government, which is to provide infrastructure, maybe investment, maybe incentive. So infrastructure, investment and incentive is to be provided by government. But government is not the only player. Government is not only the one this facilitating agency. Second will be parents and society. Parents and society also are to basically motivate their children for this. Maths versus match. In India, still we find math to be better, to feed you in future, to give you career in future instead of match. So as the children grow up, you know, we send them to tuitions, to maths, to science, to classrooms. Okay, they will read, they will get job. Even today, we don't feel that sending students to the sports can be a career. We think that it is only recreation. It is not a career. That mindset is to change. So culture is to change. Some of you gave the examples of, you know, countries like Kenya and Brazil, that Brazil is not that developed a country like America or other countries. But Brazil में अगर तुम देख रहे हो तो वहाँ पे football में they are champion, you know. Why? Because football is a part of their culture now. Think of cricket in India. So what is the difference between cricket and hockey in India? Similar, I mean, we have to bring to that only. When we see the role model, like cricketers are earning money, and if you become cricketer, you can play in IPL, you can play in Ranji, you can earn something. When you see that, okay, my career can be, I can get a good career, then people are motivated. Even in hobbies, if you ask some 10 people arbitrarily say, what is your hobby? They'll say, watching and playing cricket, watching and playing cricket. I can give you that statistics from my own HR interactions. So out of 10, I think 2 to 3 students will say, watching and playing cricket is my hobby. Now, how it has penetrated that much? Why? Because it has become the part of culture. So it has become part of culture. Now parents have started accepting it. You have started accepting it. You see the role model that is to be done. We are sitting at a very good juncture now, 2021, when we have examples to give. Now people can feel motivated to get into the sports. Governments are to play the role. Think of Haryana, a state government. I think out of 7 medals, 3 or 4 are from Haryana itself. So if one state government can push or people can go into those directions, and one more reason why we are getting more medals from state like Haryana, because we are diversifying into different games. We are diversifying into, you see, the games like javelin throw, that is a new thing which has come up, a new medal we got in that. Then there's a weightlifting, you know, then there's a this wrestling. So wrestling is our stronghold now. So we need to diversify into more games. So yes, where the change should come? Society. Where the change should come? Culture, parents, governments, state government, central government, even Panchayati Raj government. So everything, whosoever stakeholder is there, they have to play their role. Second, very important point, think of the sports person of our country. Think of people like, you know, Sachin Tendulkar or big shots. These people should take it as mission of their life to support games or something in future. They can play a role of a coach, you know, like Pulela Gopichand. So that fellow in badminton now, he's a coach. He's mentoring youngsters, and through his coaching, he has mentored more people. Think of wrestling. We know that Fogart sisters and all. We know that particular, that particular example when a father mentored his daughters, and now we gave the example. Typical example of parent. Typical example of coach. How he can produce the more players. Then take the example of, you know, some parents who mentor their kids, who push their parents kids for playing from the very early age. Parents are to play the role. Government is to play the role, and even, you know, media is to play the role, and even film industry. You think of Dangal movie, when Dangal came or something like that happens. So that changes the entire mindset. So every stakeholder is to play the role, starting from person who is making a movie, to the person who is a sports person, to the person who is a parent. Everybody should think, and that entire culture change जो आएगा वो ऐसे नहीं आता है. Culture change आता कैसे है? Culture change आता है जब हर आदमी सोचना स्टार्ट कर देता है, जब हर कोई उसमें चेंज लाने के ट्राई करता है. अगर आप मूवीज बनाओगे तो पेरेंट का थिंकिंग चेंज होगा, पेरेंट पॉजिटिव प्ले करेंगे रोल, तो बच्चा वहां तक खेलने के लिए जाएगा. तो होलिस्टिक चेंज इज टू कम. सो रोड अहेड बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है, बहुत चैलेंजिंग भी है, वो सारी चीज उसके अंदर आनी चाहिए. तो रोड अहेड में हम सारे जितने स्टेक होल्डर हैं, जो इसमें रोल प्ले करता है, एक बच्चा एक प्लेयर है, लेकिन बाकी जितने उसके साथ एसोसिएटेड हैं, उसकी सोसाइटी, उसके पेरेंट, मीडिया, फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन, एवरीबडी इज टू थिंक इन दैट डायरेक्शन एंड प्रोसीड फॉरवर्ड. लेकिन यस, इसको सबसे बड़ा जो पुश मिलेगा वो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से मिलेगा. एक बहुत अच्छा सजेशन कि अगर गवर्नमेंट ये इंश्योर करवा दे कि जो भी ओलंपिक्स में खेलने जाएगा, कितने couple of hundreds people only go for Olympics, you know, only these 7 guys are getting lot of awards and lot of money. What about others? So जो भी खेलने जाएगा ओलंपिक्स में, उसको उसका करियर सिक्योर है, उसको जॉब मिलेगा if government takes that responsibility. अरे 4 साल में कितने लोग चले जाते हैं आपके ओलंपिक्स में? couple of hundred. तो उन सबको जॉब दी जा सकती है ना. अगर उनको जॉब मिल गया तो एक रोल मॉडल सेट होता है. अब सोचो जिसने ब्रॉन्ज मिस कर दिया थोड़े से पॉइंट से, वो भूखा नहीं मरना चाहिए. वो सोचो ही इज वेरी गुड प्लेयर, वो आपके कितने वर्ल्ड में चौथे नंबर पे आया, 5वें नंबर पे आया, पूरे वर्ल्ड में 5वें नंबर पे आना इज नॉट इजी. व्हाई ही शुड नॉट गेट अ करियर? तो गवर्नमेंट इज टू प्रोवाइड दैट जॉब सिक्योरिटी टू दिस पीपल, कि जो भी इस लेवल पे जाएगा, खेलने जाएगा, उसको हम जॉब देंगे. तो गवर्नमेंट को वो चीज इंसेंटिव करना है, सेफ्टी इंश्योर करनी है कि इफ आई बिकम स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन, I will have a career with me. That is to be ensured. Then I think further it can be done. इस डायरेक्शन में अगर हम करेंगे तो रोड अहेड इज गुड. So that is how we are to participate. तो इस पूरे डिस्कशन के 2 पार्ट थे, एक जो हमने टोक्यो में परफॉर्म किया और दूसरा आगे हम जो कर सकते हैं. So these points which I have given you, just remember these points. The rest आप सब लोगों का जो फीडबैक था वही था. स्ट्रक्चर को फॉलो करो, कंक्लूजन में बाकियों का कंक्लूजन करो और इंट्रोडक्शन में डायरेक्शन दो. That is what you have to learn. So keep participating in other discussions also, and I will send the details of this topic to you. Right? Anything you want to ask? I have last 1 or 2 minutes left. Yeah.
सर जैसे आपने बोला अभी डबल डिजिट ओलंपिक्स में अगली बार मेडल आने चाहिए, तो सर जैसे चाइना वगैरह है और यूएसए है, इनके जो 20+ मेडल है, 20 मतलब मेडल है.
चाइना के 88 हैं और अमेरिका के शायद 100
नहीं
कुछ है.
सर मतलब गोल्ड की बात कर रहा हूँ, जो
हाँ,
मतलब
गोल्ड, यस.
15 से ज्यादा तो सर स्विमिंग वगैरह जो
हाँ.
जिस गेम्स में हमारा एक भी प्लेयर नहीं है सर उस गेम्स में, अगर हमें मेडल इंक्रीज करने हैं तो सर हमें स्विमिंग में भी उतारने पड़ेंगे।
डाइवर्सिफाई करना पड़ेगा, राइट।
35 प्लस मेडल तो पहले सर स्विमिंग में ही आते हैं सर। मेजर हम तो सर एक मेडल वाली गेम पे मतलब फोकस
और
करते हैं।
7000 प्लस किलोमीटर की कोस्ट लाइन है इंडिया की, 7000
सर।
किलोमीटर की कोस्ट लाइन। यस
सर हम हॉकी और मतलब बैडमिंटन पर इन पर भी फोकस करते हैं सर।
यस, वी हैव टू डाइवर्सिफाई इन अदर गेम्स आल्सो, दैट इज ट्रू। मतलब गवर्नमेंट को भी इसमें करना पड़ेगा और एक स्विमिंग एकेडमीज वगैरह क्रिएट करनी पड़ेंगी। यू आर राइट
सर। आई हैव वन क्वेश्चन सर। अगर कोई मतलब टॉपिक पे अगर हमें नहीं पता, थोड़ी इतनी नॉलेज नहीं है, तो उसको फिर कैसे अप्रोच करें?
सो आप अप्रोच तो कर ही सकते हो। मैंने एक जो बनाया हाउ टू इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ इवन इफ यू डोंट नो द टॉपिक, उस वीडियो को सुनो और इंट्रोड्यूस कर दो। इंट्रोड्यूस करने के बाद बीच में वेट करते रहो, जब कोई कुछ बोलेगा तो आप भी बोलना स्टार्ट करो। बट समथिंग यू कैन स्पीक इवन इफ यू डोंट नो द टॉपिक। यस विश्वजीत।
हाँ सर, बोल रहे हैं कि डायरेक्शन मतलब कैसे देंगे तो अच्छा होगा, मतलब कि इस
अभी
बारे
डायरेक्शन
में।
बताया तो है मैंने तुम्हें। इसकी दो ही तो डायरेक्शन थी कि हमने क्या अचीव किया और आगे क्या करना है, बस दो ही तो डायरेक्शन था इसका। उसी में सारा डिस्कशन होना है। कैटेगरीज।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
सो कीप वॉचिंग ऑल द वीडियोस एंड हर वीडियो में मैंने डायरेक्शन दिया हुआ है। और स्टिक टू द स्ट्रक्चर। स्ट्रक्चर को स्टिक करेंगे तो आप फेल नहीं हो सकते, इसमें एलिमिनेट नहीं हो सकते, वो पक्की बात है। स्टिक टू स्ट्रक्चर, रेस्ट चीज आ जाएगा, राइट। आई नीड टू वाइंड इट अप नाउ। आई थिंक 9:30 या
सर ग्रुप टास्क के लिए कब करेंगे सर? अभी जैसे जीटी
वो सारा उस पैनल के ऊपर जो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है ना उस पे बनता है। आज भी ग्रुप टास्क के लिए बच्चे आए नहीं, वो मैं 10 बच्चे आए हुए, केप्ट ऑन वेटिंग। सम 10 स्टूडेंट्स वर टू कम, ओनली 4 टर्न्ड अप। सो जब आप स्लॉट लो तो आप आ जाए करो, अदरवाइज मुश्किल हो जाएगा, राइट। सो व्हेन द स्लॉट इज कम, या
Sir, for one person, how many discussions are sufficient?
as of now let's see. I think 4-5 are sufficient. अगर आप तुम सीखने वाले होंगे तो 4-5 में सीख जाओगे, right? Chalo, I'll catch you in the next discussion.
I want to ask one thing, like
Yeah.
in the discussion part, like how many times we have to speak? Like how many times? One time, 2 times?
4 times minimum you should speak, right? Chalo, then I'll meet you next time. Thank you.